So you want to find a series that you can sink your teeth into. You've caught up on One Piece and maybe other shonen and seinens too, but you want a series that you can almost grow up with, like in your childhood, that you can sink your time into. Do you like crazy characters, looking like mobsters with top hats and pistols, great fights, great action, intricate plots, and just everything you can think of? Then Baccano will be right up your alley. Now, judging by the title, you must know what I'm going to be doing. It's my job to convince you to read this amazing light novel series, and trust me, this one stands above many of the others. With almost 23 volumes to boot, Baccano is a must-read. Now, first off, does this series have an anime? Yes, and it is fire, so definitely check that out. It's really, really good. But it only covers the first 3 volumes, so there's just so much more content to dive into, just so much more. Set in... Even beginning with set in is difficult. See, Baccano, it jumps through multiple time periods, and its storytelling isn't straightforward. But what I can tell you is this. It jumps through storylines from the 1700s, 1900s, and 2000s, and all of the stories build on one another. And don't worry, you don't need a reading order. None at all. Simply read as they're released. 1, 2, 3. It spans multiple centuries. But then you might be thinking, right, if it spans multiple centuries, who are you going to be sharing your time with? Who's going to be on this journey with you? A wacky duo who share a brain cell, a serial killer, a mysterious legend, the mafia, brokers, alchemists, terrorists, many more. And you know what the best part is? It's not just a story that's jumping between timelines with so many characters. It's the fact that they arrive at one location and then absolute chaos ensues. Wild fights, wild scenarios, wild plot twists where you don't really know who the good guy or the bad guy is. And good news, they're all really, really developed. So many of these characters have their own philosophies of life, and these philosophies tend to clash. He has one of the best antagonists I've ever seen, and you don't really know what to think about them. They aren't simple. In fact, many of their dialogue can be broken down and analysed to gain nuggets of the themes of the story or characters themselves, and they're revealed in bits of mystery. Trust me when I say this, you will not guess what happens, and many of the events can be gut-wrenching, incredibly emotional, where your heart just might collapse. The author is very good at pulling your heartstrings and making you care. And there's so many characters that have interesting relationships with one another. The characters are really on a class of their own. So don't wait to jump into it. The feeling of getting lost in something long and grand, it can happen again. It's great. Try it out.